Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It is, what is the date today? 29th, Saturday, day before the championship games. So Dan Quinn decides to stay in the Big D. That's the best news we've heard all week. And Jerry Jones said that plans to stay for multiple seasons. I don't know where he got that information, but I wouldn't mind that either. You saw what Dan Quinn did in one offseason with his defense. Imagine what he can do with 2 or 3 seasons with his defense. I think our defense this season, with year 2 under Quinn and a good draft, will be top 5. Top 5. And this draft is it doesn't have many quarterbacks or running backs. It's very defensive heavy and very wide receiver heavy. Now, we got cap issues. They say, Tyron Smith, if we release him before the draft, we save about $20 million in cap space. Same with Tank Lawrence. Amari Cooper, we can just restructure his deal. But if I were going to do that with anybody, if we're going to have somebody on the chopping block, I would trade him, not release him, because these are all quality players. And say you trade Ty Smith because maybe he's just not the same tackle that he was. He didn't look like it last year, and in the last stretch of the season in the playoffs, he wasn't pass blocking like he used to. So for instance, say we trade Ty Smith, get a first round pick. We have 2 first round picks, and the way we draft, we use that first round pick to take the highest offensive tackle we can to replace Ty Smith. Or if it's D-Law, I don't think we can trade him for a first, maybe a second, or maybe we could get a first, or maybe just flat out release him. But if we did that and saved that $20 million in cap space, take that first round pick and get the best edge rusher you can. I know Thibodeau's probably out of our range, but an impact pass rusher that won't be as good as him his rookie season, but can fill the spot decently. Everybody said this year's roster was the roster to win the Super Bowl with. The roster we're going to have in 2022 will be just as good. We have 22 free agents. 14 of them are pretty good players. The others aren't really. So we will see. I don't know. I would just try to restructure the best I can, or see if Ty Smith or anybody is willing to take, a pay cut or a restructured contract. Or if you're going to release anybody, let it be La'el Collins. So I think if you release him before the draft, you save $15 million on the cap. And if La'el Collins is going to have issues at playing left guard, because he's not good at right tackle anymore. He proved that. Terrence Steele will be the right tackle next year. And if he has issues going back to left guard, where he originally was when we picked him up as a UDFA, he would have been a top 10 pick, but he had troubles. So if we did that, release La'el, that would open up some cap room. If we did that, then I would say our number 1 pick should be a good offensive guard. Because I think the reason why Ty Smith didn't play that well towards the back end of this season is because the left guard play was really horrible. And when the left guard is not playing that well, it makes your job as left tackle harder. And now in 2014, he had Ronald Leary next to him for 2 seasons, in 2015, and then 2016 he had La'el Collins as a young rook. 2016, 2017, and 2018 right next to him? No, 2016 and 17. So he had good left guard play. So he could do his job. And in 2018, we plug in the turnstile flag machine Connor Williams. And it makes his job harder. As an offensive lineman, when the guys next to you are playing well, it elevates your play. So, with this draft being defense heavy and wide receiver heavy, we can let Gallup go. We don't need to re-sign him. I would like to re-sign Cedric Wilson because he's just a great gadget player. Played quarterback before. He's our best trick player. You know, if you want a trick play, he's the guy we go to. You know, we fake a screen to him, and, you know, he throws it deep, or, I mean, he's got numerous things he can do. But if Gallup wants a bag, he can walk. Gregory is homegrown, and he's missed more games in suspension than he's played. So we should get some love from him on the hometown discount and not have an issue re-signing him for everything that we've done for him and stuck by his side through thick and thin. But Mike McCarthy with this Sean Payton talk is basically Super Bowl or bust for him, literally. And if he doesn't win the season, even if he makes it to the NFC Championship game, and then Sean Payton comes out of retirement in 2023, they're going to can him and bring on Sean Payton. And we've been chasing that man for 15 seasons, ever since he left in 06 to the Saints. But I think he would be a breath of fresh air and a culture change. Mike McCarthy does nothing. His job, everybody knows, is to motivate and prepare. He does a poor job at that. Coming out and saying that the team is nervous before the playoff game, you're the number 3 seed, hosting the 6th seed at home, you have the number 1 offense, you score the most points per game, you're the number 1 turnover differential, and you're nervous? Why? Because you're not prepared. If you're prepared, you're not nervous. Bones Fossil takes care of the special teams. By the way, he did a great job this year. We had 4 blocked punts, a blocked extra point, a kick return for a touchdown, and a successful fake punt in a playoff game. He was lights out as a special teams coach. Dan Quinn mans the defense 100%. Kellen Moore mans the offense 100%. Mike McCarthy's job really is just to prepare and motivate. That's it. I would beg to say that there's a lot of people that could do that. It's not that difficult. Shoot, a buddy of mine, I could do that. The average passionate Cowboy fan could prepare and motivate this team. But if y'all watch Hard Knocks during the offseason and heard his motivational speeches, they are horrible. Goodness, the guy puts you to sleep, or the guy will make you just not want to play. So we're stuck with him for another season. After that last press conference about the ozone, that was it for me. That was it. That was the cherry on top of the cake. When he was talking about, you know, we have certain terms for certain areas of the field. We're in the ozone, and we felt, shut up. You're just making this up as you're talking. He has lied in every presser that he's had this season. He lied to get the job. When he was interviewing for the job, he told the Jones family that he watched every play of every game the Cowboys had the season before and broke it down with his analytics team. He has no analytics team. And then in his press conference when he got the job, he admitted that he lied. So, even if we won the Super Bowl this year and Sean Payton came out of retirement in 2023 after a year of rest, I still think they'd can him because we would be winning in spite of him, just like in 95. In 95, even Troy Aikman said they won in spite of Barry Switzer. They won in spite of the coaching because the talent was just so rich. And this team has a lot of talent. It's very young. And if Osi Adigizua and Chauncey Golston and Quentin Bohanna step up and have a better year this year than they did their rookie season, because they were good as rookies, and Kelvin Joseph in his second season, because he was pretty much redshirt in year one, if he plays really well this year, because he's going to take Anthony Brown's spot, and he bowls out, him and Trayvon Diggs ball out at corner, man, this team has got a bright future. And like I said, the window is 3 to 4 years minimum. When you get Sean Payton, the window opens at 10 years. Dak Prescott, I think he's 29. And nowadays, quarterbacks play till 40. And Tom Brady, 4 hours ago, just told everybody that he plans on retiring. So really, all the good young quarterbacks are in the AFC. You got Rodgers in the NFC, who might not be there next season. He might be in the AFC. You got Stafford. You got Russ, who I don't really think is very elite anymore. You got Kyler Murray. So Dak Prescott, by default, is a top 5 quarterback in the NFC with Brady retiring. In the AFC, you got, oh man, could you imagine being in the AFC? I mean, shit, you got Herbert, Burrow, Mahomes, Allen. Just off the top of my head, there's a lot more. Derek Carr. The AFC, out of 16 teams, I would say 12 of them have good quarterbacks. And most of them are young within the first 3 seasons. Josh Allen is a beast. Joe Burrow's in his second year going to the AFC Championship game. And the Bengals haven't won a playoff game since 1990. And now in his second year, him and Jamar Chase, I've never seen a wide receiver quarterback duo in college go to the NFL together. That was such a genius move to draft Burrow and then draft his receiver that he threw to in college the following year. Because they had rapport there, so they're going to have rapport in the NFL. And they're going to be like Manning to Harrison or Montana to Rice or Aikman to Irvin. But for years to come, they'll probably break every quarterback to receiver record there is. So that puts us in good shape in the NFC. We'll be back in the playoffs next year. We will sweep the NFC East again probably next season. I don't know if y'all know this, but this was only the second time in Cowboys history that we swept the East. The first time we did it was in '98 when we had five teams in the division. Arizona it was one of them. We swept the East then. We swept the East this year. So you can probably plug in 6 wins for 2022. And then we got the first place schedule. So that means we'll play Tampa, we'll play Green Bay, and we will play the Rams. What division will we play next season? It'd be Green Bay. We played Green Bay in 2019, 2020, 2021. Yeah, so we'll play the AFC, the NFC North next year. So we'll play Tampa next year as our first place schedule without Tom Brady at the helm. So that shouldn't be too tough. And we'll have the Rams. And then we play the AFC. I believe it'll be the AFC South, the Texans division. So we'll have Indy, Houston, Jacksonville, and Tennessee. So 2 of those should be easy, 2 of them tough, Tennessee and Indy. And then the 5th AFC team, I don't know how that rotation works, but it'll be a first place team, whoever it is. So the schedule be about as hard as it was this year. But our team will be just as good next year or better. I'm excited to see the draft. I'm excited to see the moves that we do. Who gets restructured, who gets cut. And I hope we indulge in free agency and pick up at least one or two big names and don't go for the cheap garbage man. We just got lucky this season with with Curse and Malik Hooker. Those two guys worked out pretty well. We got lucky with that. But we need to go with a splash name. Like not getting Gilmore this season as a one-year rental for a 2023 third-day pick really pissed me off. Because if we would have got Gilmore for a one-year rental this season, could you imagine him and Diggs? I mean, we could have played man and focused on the run in the playoffs. I mean, that might have got us over the hump. Cowboys can't be scared to reach out there and grab it. The future is now. The Rams know that. I don't agree with everything they've done, but apparently it's working. They're going to the championship game. They ain't got draft picks for a few years, and they're going to have cap hell pretty soon, but they got Jalen Ramsey, they got Von Miller, they got Leonard Floyd, they got Matthew Stafford, they got OBJ. So we have to be, I mean, I know we draft well, but we got to be aggressive and grab them big names out there on the market if we can. And if that means cutting or trading one of our, big cap hits, so be it. If it benefits the team, especially if it's one of the older guys, as in a Tyron Smith or a DeMarcus Lawrence. But DeMarcus Lawrence, has an attitude on defense. He's a guy that says, if I'm going to punch you in the mouth, he's going to punch you in the mouth. And that's the kind of guy that you want to keep around. And same with Lyle Collins, too. He's nasty. He's got the attitude like Big E had, or in the early 90s, Eric Williams. But, we're excited to see what happens with that. But Quinn Staying, Tom Brady is retiring, and we will see what happens next. Please subscribe, like, share. I started this channel mid-season around Thanksgiving. I always mean to say this at the beginning of the video. Pretend this is the beginning. But please subscribe. It goes a long way. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm at 52. I got 948 to go. When I hit 1,000, I can make it a monetary channel and start having live shows and stuff like that. And I make it a little side business discussing a passion of mine. And here in the off season, I'll have, you can exit right here. Yes, sorry for driving. Here in the off season, I'll be in studio. I'll have Jalen Darden from Tampa as a guest on the show. I'll have Ty Summers, a linebacker for Green Bay. He goes to my church. On my show, we'll take a right at the stop sign. And Xavier Howard has a house down the road. Everybody in my neighborhood knows who he is. Maybe I can get him on the show too. And Jalen said that he might be able to get a couple other guys to come around also. So I think that might be pretty cool. Just have him in studio and just talk about the off season, talk about next season, and the NFL in general, and certain teams. But just that's it for now. Just touching on a few things. Please subscribe, guys. If you're watching this video, just press the subscribe button. It's free, costs you nothing. And please press the like button. You'll take a left right here. The more likes a video has, the more the algorithm pushes it up towards the top. Like the video I had after the playoff game loss had like almost 600 views, and the reason why it had like 100 views that night, but throughout the week it got up to 600 because the more views it had, the more the video got pushed up. So please like and subscribe if you're watching this, guys, and the show will get better. I'll get better. I've been a Cowboy fan since '93, Super Bowl 28 when we beat Buffalo 30-13. So I've been around the block, and I'm in it to win it with y'all guys. DC for life, guys. Charles is out.